Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys everything you're going to need in order to create your own press-on nails. If you do not know already, I do have a press-on nail business. I did actually show you guys the packaging in my last video, so I just wanted to do a video on all of the supplies you need to create such nice press-ons to sell. So again, you don't have to do this if you're planning on selling. You can also do this if you want to gift it to someone, or if you just want to make them for yourself because your work doesn't allow you to have nails, or whatever the reason is. I'm just going to show you everything you need in order to create press-ons. So the first things first, what you'll need are some tips. So these are the tips I use. These are the Gel X Sculpted Coffin Medium tips. These are in soft gels. They come in 500 pieces with 10 different sizes, and I love these. These are actually made out of soft gel, so these are amazing for my clients, as I'll show you guys what they look like inside. They come with some nice support, so they're quite thick. Ooh. So they're quite thick. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but they are a really good, sturdiness, so I can't really bend them. So, I know that they're going to be really well for my clients, and I know that they're going to last and they're going to hold up. If you do not want to buy this, because this box is about like $50 Canadian, you can obviously go onto Amazon and get some tips from there. So these ones right here are the ones I got off of Amazon. They are plastic though, they are not gel, and these are short coffin. I don't really use these that often unless if I'm like practicing, or if I am doing like, just messing around, or if someone really needs a short coffin and I don't have any, because this doesn't come in short coffin for some reason, so it's missing. But all you'll need is a box of press-on nails, full covered nails. All right, after that, the easiness and like the really key, I think, to them are these little things. You probably have seen these a lot of times on Amazon, or you've probably, sorry, I'm just gonna move that to the side. Or you've probably seen them on other pages that create press-ons. So these are little stands that you can get, again, off of Amazon. They're so cheap. I think you can get them like in a pair for like $10. And these are game changing. Like, they are so good, and they make doing press-ons so much easier. And then another thing you need in hand with this, it's thumbtack. I know it's such a self-explanatory thing, but this is what I use to stick on my nails. So I put it on here, and then I'll stick my nails on. So again, super simple, but super important to stick the nails onto the stands, if you were wondering. They also are magnetic, so they come off and on just like this, so you can individually take them off if you need to get closer to your face or your eyes to do a design or whatever, and then you can individually cure them as well. So that's amazing. It doesn't actually just stay on the stand. You can always take them off, which again I think is really helpful. So the next thing I recommend is an e-file. You don't have to have an e-file. You can obviously do them without an e-file, but this just makes the process a lot quicker. So if you are going to be doing it for clients, definitely invest in one. This is from Macart, super pretty, and it's pink and it's super good. It has 30,000 RPM, and I've had it for so long and I use it on my clients. It is portable, love it. And then all I put was a sanding bit on my mandrel bit. And this is just a fine one, just so I can buff out the nails, and I'll show you how important it is. I honestly cannot stress how important it is to buff out your nail tips before you apply the gel polish. Otherwise your gel polish is just gonna slide off. You don't, again, like I said, you don't have to have this. You can honestly manually just buff them with a buffing block if that's all you have on hand, and it will work just as great. Then the next thing I'm going to say that you need to start off is just a nail file, just one simple nail file, because these tips actually come with like a little nub on the outside. I will show you what that looks like, and this is just to kind of, file it. If you are beginning, I definitely recommend this, but now I honestly just file that nib off with my e-file, and again, it just saves me so much more time, and I'll show you everything. So let's just get ready and I'm going to show you what I do. So what I do for when people want to order is they either DM me or they'll message me and they will send me a picture of a design that they want. So for an example, I'm going to show you one of my previous clients. So this is one of my clients, and she sent me this picture saying this is the set she wants. It's just a really pretty set with, you know, daisies on it. I don't know if you guys can really tell. So I was like, sure, this is the one we're going to create. So I have her sizes already, so I'm going to lay out all the sizes and this is what we're going to make. And that's how I get my orders. They just send me what they want and I go on from there then. Alright, so I have them all sized out and I have them put on my stand with that little thumbtack that I was talking about. Next, I'm going to show you what I do. So like I said, you can, if you do not have an e-file, you can grab your nail file and you can, you know, file off the tips. I want to really quickly show you what I was talking about. Let me see one that has one. So I'm not too sure if you guys can really see that, but there is like a little, like a stump at the end of the tip. So that's what we want to file off because it looks super unprofessional when, you know, you send it to your client with that nub on it. And I've seen so many people who make press-ons leave that. Here, I don't know if you guys can see that a little bit better, but I've seen so many people who leave that and it honestly does not look nice. And it's such a simple fix. All you do is literally take your nail file and just file it off. But like I said, I do not use this. I do use my e-file. So I'm going to quickly show you what I do with the e-file. So I do use them and I do it individually. So I'm just going to turn my e-file on, not super high but not super low, because if it's too low it does take quite a lot of time. So I just hold my, I hold my little tip like this. Again, it is just with the thumbtack, so you can, you know, put some pressure on here so it doesn't fly everywhere. And then I take my e-file, make sure your pinky is resting on your hand so it's not slipping and sliding. Even though it's not a real client, you still don't. And I'm just going to quickly parallel this to the tip, like so, taking off that nub, and then I'm going to buff the whole entire nail. So really easily, you're just touching. You can see I'm just quickly greasing and touching, and I'm just making sure that the shine comes off. This again just ensures that the gel polish really grasps onto the, you know, the nail tip. And yeah, so you can see that's pretty good. I need to do it a little bit here. Alright, that looks good. It's really nice and rough in there, and I'm going to do that to all of them. Alright, so now I have them all nice and buffed. Then what I'm going to do really quickly is just grab one of these like manicure brushes with some alcohol on it. So I'm just going to spray some alcohol and we're just going to wipe them. So you can obviously just use like a lint-free wipe, but I don't know, I just really like this and it's just quite easy for me and quick. So as you'll see, one thing I like to do is be quick because I do get quite a lot of orders. So this is the most efficient and quick way. So that's what I like to look for when I'm doing nails, is something quick and efficient. So quick doesn't always mean rushed and bad, right? Quick sometimes does mean just efficient. So this is just something that I find more efficient for me, and it just saves that little, just a couple seconds that, yeah. So why not? Anyways, so I have them all nice and clean, and now they are honestly ready to get painted. So what I do recommend, that if you have a design that you have never done before, I do recommend doing it on a swatch stick and whatnot, just to get the hold of it and see the colors and if the colors are working together, instead of using them straight on the tip, because sometimes it's such a pain to mess one up, then get one individual tip and then, you know, redo it again. The whole process of like buffing and filing and all that stuff. So I do recommend just doing it on a swatch stick first and then putting it onto here. Alright, so to create this beautiful daisy flower look for my client, all I am going to need, and all you're going to need if you do want to recreate this, all you'll need is a super teeny fine brush for the petals, and as well as a super simple dotting tool for the inside. And then on my little palette, I ended up just putting some yellow and some white just for the petals and the inside of the flower. So I'm going to quickly show you how I'm going to do this design, and they all are different. There's no actual pattern to it, so you just kind of want to do where you think their daisies are going to look the nicest. So I'm just going to move this, and I'm just going to show you on the thumb really quick. For the base color, I did end up deciding to use Khaki Rose from D&D. This is 140 Khaki Rose, so that's the base color I'm going to use. So I'll show you really quickly how I do this, and I will do the rest off camera. Alright, so I'm going to take this base color. Also, you will not need a base coat on these because they are false tips and you don't need that base coat. So I'm going to take my base color and we are going to start by painting that on. Ideally, when you do this, you want to paint all 10 of the nails first and then, you know, move on. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do one nail right now on camera. So as you can see, I'm going to make sure that I get all of the sides nice and even. A nice thin, even coat of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. Just making sure I have everything. And I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. Alright, so next I'm going to grab my teeny tiny brush and I'm going to grab my white. I'm going to start by making petals wherever I feel like I want to. So I'm going to start by one side first. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And just you know, connect that. And I'm going to do as many as I can. So now I'm done completely and now they're ready to pack. I think they turned out super cute, and this is how I make my press-ons, and all I'm going to do next is just pack them up. If you want to see how I pack my press-ons orders, I did record that and uploaded that prior to this video, and I will also leave it in the eye above for you to see. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any more questions, you can always ask in the comments below. Until next time, bye!